Alrighty, it looks like we're almost live here. Let's see if the camera shows up as it ought to. What's going on here? Don't see anything yet. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Why isn't it going on? So we should see. There we go. All right, so now we're up and live, and let us now go to DaVinci Resolve. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how you can use DaVinci Resolve 19 to do green screen for our Mercy University environmental psychology class and for our envisioning sustainability class at Patel College of Global Sustainability. So let's launch it up. DaVinci Resolve, the version I'm using is free. And it's very powerful. The paid version, of course, gives you much more, but for our simple academic purposes, let's see what we can do with this. So I've already started a project, but I might as well start from scratch so you can see how this looks. When you start a project, this is the window that you get, and it's a traditional video editor window with a project window up here and a timeline down here and a clip window here. So if I come in and I go, I want to import media, and then I go to, let's see if I've got 4K video, 4K download. I think, however, I've put my stuff in another folder called videos. So, okay, 4K video download. So I have this green screen footage. And when I bring this green screen footage down into the timeline, you will see that it is here. And then if I hit play.
Welcome to Environmental Psychology. The authors and editors.
When we get there, you'll also see that it comes in at the very first track. And for green screen, we don't want that. The green screen track should be above what you're going to put behind in the green area. So to move this up, I just grab it and lift it. Should be able to grab it and lift it. It's not letting me for some reason. Let me see if I do it from here. Yes, that should work. There we go. And move it up. Oh, that just let me open it. Again, that didn't let me do that because I guess there's only one track. So let me go here and go add track underneath. There, now we get a track that can be opened up underneath. And we want to put something beneath the image. So let's go to File and Import Media. And then let's put another video that we want to cut in there, which is a nursery tour of a place in Morocco. So now if I take that and I put that underneath, I have the possibility of broadcasting that. Let me do that. Let's see what's going on. Why did it not? Let's try that again. For some reason it's not letting me put that in there. Maybe because it's not a video track that we've added here. Although that doesn't make any sense. Let's see, if we drop it here, nothing. No, I'm going to try something radical. I'm going to take that one out and drop this one in. Ah, looks like you put it, well, no, there it is, it's in. Let's see if I can drag this on top of it. Yes, I can. All right, so for whatever reason, it wasn't working for a second, just dragging it in, and now it is. All right, and then the other thing that I want to do is I want to bring in some pictures. So I'm going to go File, Import, Media, and I have my pictures in a folder which is called ChatGPT. Let's see where I put it. Chat. Search. There, ChatGPT images. And I have these two images that I had ChatGPT make for me. And I'm going to try to bring them, I guess I bring them in one by one. So I'll bring this one in, and then I'll bring in the other one. Import media, bring that one in. Okay. So if I wanted to start my video with, maybe these look like they're bound together. Okay, let me bring that one in again. Edit, redo. If I want to clip this, why is this? This is a fun program. This is the first time I've used this program, so I'm still trying to learn it, and it looks like it somehow bound these two together, and that I don't understand. If I lock this, can I manipulate that? No, I can't. Well, that is really, really weird. So I'm going to delete that video track for a second, and instead I'm going to bring in one of my images down here. I should be able to manipulate that. Yes, I can. Alright, so I've got that image, and then I'm going to bring another image and drop it in there. Alright, so the goal is, of course, to have the image be behind the character.
Welcome to environmental psychology.
And so to do that, it's not obvious. Let me show you what you'd think you would do. What you'd think you would do is that you would go to the Effects button, you would, and scroll all the way down until you get to Resolve, not color, not blur, but 3D. So let's see if we can find Resolve 3D somewhere down here. Moon blur, analog, transform, color, box blur. Somewhere in here, there is a Resolve key. There it is, because it's a chroma key. So you find that, and that 3D keyer you drop onto this when it's not locked. So you drop that on, and then on the right side under effects, you're going to see that, and you'd think you'd just be able to go to add it, click on this, and add the green, and nothing happens, and then everybody gets very confused. You say, well, wait a minute, I went from video, went to audio, went to effects, I'm looking at the effects, I got the 3D keyer on, and I want to pick the color, and nothing happens. And that is the most maddening, confusing thing. And so here's what I've discovered that should help you with that. You will go to Workspace, and go to Switch to Page, and go to Edit. And then, and only then, will you see this little box here with a drop down, in which case you will pick Open FX Overlay. And once that little FX overlay is on, then and only then can you go to Effects here and grab this eyedropper, or click on the eyedropper, and then click on it, and then you get your effect. So it's absolutely maddening if you don't do that, if you don't understand that, because when you come into the workspace by default, it's probably going to be in media. No, it wouldn't be in media. It would be in, let's look at all of them. It would be in cut, and cut doesn't cut it. You're not going to find that ability to turn on the effects if you're in cut. So if you do fusion, it just sits there. If you do switch to page color, there's a whole other thing about doing colors that probably lets you do the green screen effect. I haven't played with this. This is the first time I've seen this, and it lets you do keyframes, which is really cool. So that's nice. If you do workspace and go to Fairlight, then you have looks like some audio, and you have abilities to set probably other kinds of keyframes, mix audio. It looks like a lot of this is mixing audio. All right, so there's that workspace. And if you go to deliver, then it's how you export. But we want to work in edit workspace. And then, as I said, you have this, and you can do transforms, or you can do crops, which might be interesting if you're cropping that image out. So crop is cool, and you could do dynamic zoom, which can happen on the fly. And you could do fusion overlay, and you could do annotations if you want to write stuff in there, markers, and you could do, let me undo that, undo that. And you can do OpenFX overlay, and that's the one that lets you pick the green screen. All right, so it's that simple.
They say,
and if I want him to be smaller, this character, then I click on that track, and when I look at effects, I should be able to go to video, and then in transform the size. So let me zoom the character out, and then his position in Y, I'll bring him down to the center of the screen. But there's that annoying line up at the top, and that's where, let's get back to crop. And if we go to crop, then yes, then we can eliminate that line. And then our character can start out small.
The authors and editors of our primary textbook, Linda Spegg and Judith DeGroot, define our field as, quote, the discipline that studies the interplay between individuals and the built and natural environment.
And then let's take that and drag that there. And at this point, let's cut this by using this razor blade. And then when we get to the next piece, we can then make this character bigger again. If I get out of cropping and go to transform on this, whoops, I cut again, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let me go back to the arrow, click on this part of the track, and then zoom up to a bigger zoom and lift the guy's position up, and maybe move him over so we can see that bridge. I think we want to have him talking like this, and then move him up and Y a little bit more. Now you do see a bit of green around him here that we're going to have to get rid of. That would be in effects, and it would be part of the 3D layer, and it would be in the key adjustments, the chrome tolerance, as you can see. And in the softness, see that? So that's going away a little bit. Some more chrome tolerance. So you play around with some of these, the chroma shift, the luma, the matte finesse, if you want to have something like that. There we go. And that gives you a better key.
That studies the interplay.
Looks like I still have that black line there that I want to get rid of. So let me go back to the cropping tool and pull this down just a little bit more.
Between individuals and the built and natural environment. They say, quote, this means...
What's happening here? Why did it freeze up on me? Save this. And we'll call it environmental site 2. All right.
Quote, the discipline that studies the interplay between individuals and the built and natural environment. They say, quote, this means that environmental psychology...
There you go. Now, if you want to add a track above it, if you want to float something through like a spaceship or whatever, then you go to add track. And in this track video 3, which I'll call foreground objects. Right. Then with foreground objects, we will come in here and we need to bring in another image. So let's see if we can find, let's say UFO, and it would be alpha image. And let's see what we got. Something like that. So if we have a UFO alpha image like this, and we download it, oh, it's $39. I don't want that. What's for free? Oh, very expensive. Look at that. Not interested in that. Must be something free. Let's see if this one is free. $39. Come on, people. Ask AI to do it. You know what? I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to say ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, good morning, chat. Can you make us an image of a rotating UFO over an alpha channel so it is transparent and can be used in a video program overlay? Let's see what it comes up with. Won't be animated. Okay. I'll say yes, please. Let's see what we get. And wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Can't generate images right now. Oh, I've reached my image creation limit until 10:15 p.m. because I have the free version. All right. Normally we'd be able to do that. We don't want pond. No. I can use. I'm just going to put free. I know. I'll do it later. Free UFO alpha image. Pond is not free. Free pick here. Shutterstock is pond. Maybe ping tree. For that. This one free. I don't want to have to sign in, for crying out loud. Let's see. Licensable. Download. No, I don't want to. Yes, now the whatever happened to the days of just a free stock thing. I might even just go with this clip art. Now it's the same thing. They want you to sign in. What? I will sign in. Yeah. Okay. So we don't want that. Oh, away the jackpot. Right, there's a free download. It says go away. So really it says I have to go premium. What crap. Enterprise member. Are you kidding me? There's no filter for free. Browse. all this just to get a alien image. No. Enterprise plan I don't want. Is there a way to do a filter on free? Pin tree. That has kings on it. Free. That was ugly. That's that one's free. It says it's free. Let's see. Click through that. Should really stock up on all the images you want. You're wasting time. Relax download. 1 download per day. Ain't that something? Okay, there it is, finally. And where has it gone to? It has gone to these downloads here. So it's under the data D downloads. So we'll go back into here and we will open up import media, data D, and our downloads. And there it is. So let's see what happens when we bring this image up into this track. There we go. It's got the alpha channel. So now that you have that with the alpha channel, you can bring this in, and to move it, let's see what you do. You can go to transform and position it. You can zoom in and out. Move it up. And you could just leave it there.
Quote, this means that environmental environment. They say, quote, this means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experience.
But wouldn't it be cool if you could actually move it? And that's where the keyframes come in. And I have never used the keyframes on this. So I don't know if it's about going to effects and maybe this down a track actually. There we go. Let's see what happens if there's an effects that we do on it, or if we need to go to a workspace and go to that workspace. Not that workspace. Fusion maybe? Doesn't give us keyframes. Workspace, show page. You'd think it would be in the editing room, but if we open in Fusion page, let's see. Yeah, there's node trees. So there's a lot to work with here. I don't know how to move this around, and I imagine it's not. You know what I think we do? You start here and you set your keyframe over here. So we'll put our zoom on and our position on, and then as we get to, let me pull this out here. As we get to the end, let's change its position, and it zooms. So it comes in and it zooms like that, and it goes down like that, and we'll set that keyframe. And now, yeah, okay.
Quote, this means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experiences, behavior, and well-being, as well as the influence of individuals on the environment. That is, factors influencing environmental behavior.
And of course you can do a pitch and yaw if you want, so you can move it like that and put that keyframe, maybe a little bit of yaw just to make it have some motion. And then when we get to the next area here, make it a little longer, then we'll have it shoot up by putting a keyframe for its position here and here, and then in the very next frame we're going to move it up like that and make that keyframe so
pro-environmental behavior, end quote. But what do we mean by pro-environmental behavior?
Okay, so there's the ability to move all these different elements in place. And of course you can do a science fiction sound here. If we go to, what's it called, free sound. That's one of the ones that I have an account with that I like. Let me log in. And all right. And let's do UFO sound. Let's see what that comes up. So we have. Nope. Like that one. Not terrible. A little too much. Too much there. That's not too bad. Not like that. Too much. Care for that. That's not too bad. No, I think we'll go with the we'll go with that. Yeah, let's use that one. All right. So download it by here. Or is that the way to do it? Let's see. Where is it to download? Follow, no, I don't want that. Load sounds. How do you download it? There we go. Download sound. Alright, and that one is going to be in that same downloads folder. So we'll come over here and we will import media and go to download. It's in a different folder, so and then take that and drop it here.
They say, quote, this means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experiences, behavior, and...
So here we can change the pitch. Maybe I want to make it lower.
Quote, this means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experiences, behavior, and well-being, as well as the influence of individuals.
And probably I want to drag it in twice. Unless there's a way to drag it out, which would be very interesting. If there was a way to do a speed change, the equalizer, then we'd be able to stretch it, but I don't think we can. So we put it in twice. In fact, I'm going to make them.
Means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experiences, behavior, and well-being, as well as the influence of individuals on the environment. That is, factors influencing environmental behavior. And
let's do it one more time here, so it gets to the end.
Environmental behavior and ways to encourage pro-environmental behavior. End quote. But what do we mean by pro-environmental behavior?
So we have that. All right, so you get the idea that there's a lot you can do with a video timeline editor here, and that it's not so difficult. So I hope that that helps you to have some fun with illustrating the videos. I guess one more technique we should look at is see how this does in terms of putting a titling track. So up here on video 4, I'm going to say titling. And there should be a way of doing titling. What do we do for titling? So titling. Is there a titling thing? When you go to workspace, does it have a titling workspace? No. Timeline clip. Edit. Trim file. There should be an easy way to do titling. And I just have to figure out what that is. And when you can't figure it out easily, if it's not jumping to you, then you should look it up. So let's go and look and see what happens if we do titling in Vinci Resolve 19. How to add titles.
That out, and today I'm going to show you your edit commands. If you can just drag it, and then if you just want to add a basic title, just go into text, basic title. You can just drag it, and the Vinci Resolve will automatically create another video.
Is that true? Let's see. So it looks like if we go to, is it effects? Titles, yes, titles. So I just went up to effects over here and then titles, and then grab the type of title that you want. Background reveal, or clean and simple lower third, or maybe a comic title. Let's do a comic title. And then you can see what that comes to. And to change it, you come in here and you say, here, transform, and then make it this, basing the character, the rotation, the pivot, the shear, and the size. So let's go into size and bring it down. So we have that ability to change size, transform, offset, layout, text, size of text. Okay. It'd be nice if you could just grab onto it. So how do you do that? Because it's a bit annoying that you have to manipulate always on the right side of the screen. Is it a control click? Is it a alt click? Is it a function click? Is it a right click? Is it a scroll wheel? No. So somehow one should be able to simply grab the title and move it instead of having to keep going over here and moving it like that. So let's see what options they give. Let me look up What does he say?
Your track. In order to modify the title, just click on it, Inspector, and now you can write whatever you want. Change the font, you can change the color as well. I'm just gonna make it red, and you can also change the size.
They got that.
By clicking in this little mark here, you can add a fade in and a fade out.
Okay.
And that's it. This is how easy it is to add titles in DaVinci Resolve. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, well that did not help us. So how about moving titles? In fact, here's where often I do turn to chat. How do you move titles with the mouse in DaVinci Resolve 19? Got this AI intelligence. So add or select the title. Click on the title clip. Open the inspector. Right side. Enable on-screen control. Transform. Use the viewer. Yeah, we know that. So it says enable on-screen control. Go to transform controls. Check the box that says transform. So here's the inspector. We're on the track. Settings, transform, dynamic zoom, composite. I don't see where it lets us do that. I see where we can do that. Title, transform, characters. Still doesn't tell me. Full frames, layout, text. Should be able to let me move it. Advanced controls maybe? Reading direction. No. So we're in the inspector. What are you telling me, chat? Go to the transform controls in the inspector and check the box that says transform. Go to the transform and check the box that says transform. Check the box that says transform. There is no box that says transform. So that's not helping. Transform. Check the box. Alright. Let's go back to here. It's the viewer to move the title. Let's see on-screen controls. Once you selected, where is it? Don't see where it is. There's no key to load. It's like it's there, but it's not letting me move it. Position. So how come I can't get at it in here? You'll probably go through this as well, so I'm going to look it up again. Let me see. Moving titles on screen in DaVinci Resolve. I'm sure somebody else has had the same problem.
In DaVinci Resolve, this won't show you how to make text move on screen as the video plays, but you can use keyframes to do that. Remember to leave a like and feel free to help. Let's get into it if you haven't already. Find your text in the timeline and click on it to select it. Now go to the Inspector tab in the top right. If you don't see this, click on where it says Inspector in the top right to open it. Within here, make sure you're in the Video tab and then the Title tab and look for the Position option. Use the X or Y sliders here to change the position of the text, and you can also use the Alignment option as well if you want, which is just above this. If you click on Settings, there are more transformation options, including the position, but this time you can change rotation and more. That's how to change text position in DaVinci Resolve. Click the card on screen now to watch a video of mine showing you 10 easy ways to speed up your Windows PC. If you have any questions, then let me know in the comments below, and if you did find today's video helpful, remember to leave a like and feel free to...
I did not. That was not nice at all. How to move text.
Welcome back to 8482 Media. Super simple. To the Effects tab. Now we can elongate it to fit the entirety of the clip. And we're going to go to Inspector at the top right corner. Now we can give this title a name. So we want to say, let's say, Forest. I'm a bad speller. Forest. And perfect. We can change the font style. Let's increase it a bit, like that. Perfect. So to move the text, what we want to find is this right here, position and zoom. So if we want to move the text from left to right, what we want to do is grab the position. Let's do all the way to the... What we're going to do is utilize some key here. We're going to press move the player head, go back to position and click and move. Okay. So we don't have to press on the keyframe. And let's play it.
You're not helping, buddy.
On DaVinci Resolve 19. If this video is helpful, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions, comment down below.
It was not. Well, that's awful. So nobody seems to have a way to do it. Moving titles, transitions. I'm going to go back and ask chat again. Can't seem to be able to enable on-screen control. Can you explain better? First, ensure you've added a title. We did that. Switch to edit page. Shift T. So select the title, switch to the edit page. Maybe that's the thing. So let's try the workspace, switch to page, edit. Now we're in edit, and we're not getting these handles. We're in the inspector. That's right. Can't get it here, so we go to transform. And then it says it's the scissors icon at the bottom of the interface to make sure that we're scissors icon at the bottom of the interface. We're in edit, yeah. It's not scissors though. Media, cut, edit, fusion, deliver. But we are in there. Position lock, that would lock it. We don't want to do that. This is linked selection. This is replace clip, overwrite clip, selection, edit, and dynamic zoom, composite. Isn't that interesting? So then it says, look at the bottom left of the viewer. There should be an icon that looks like a small box with crosshair. That's the transform tool. Maybe I need to be in there. Haha, that's what it was the whole time. It's the same thing that we had at the beginning of this video, and we said you have to put OpenFX overlay to be able to use the green screen tool. So here you need to go to the transform tool. And now that I have the transform tool, oh yes, I can move it anywhere I like. And I can size it. That's much more efficient. Alrighty. And then, of course, you can go back and move stuff now. It's much easier. Like this could be at the beginning of the track. I need to move it here, actually. If I move this up to here, and then set, that's my keyframe. That's much better. When I go to the actual keyframe, you can go to the transform of the position and you can mess with it. Change all of that so that it's pretty much and then goes out. So that was the key to that. And then with this there here, you can do the same thing. So that here starts out, and let's go there here, and we can start out with it being really small and make that the keyframe for the zoom and the position. And then as we move later on, we can move this and it will track that. And then when we finally get to this part, we don't want it to go there. And as it goes out, it should go out. So that it looks something like.
They say, quote, this means that environmental psychology examines the influence of the environment on human experiences, behavior, and well-being, as well as the influence of individuals on the environment. That is, factors influencing environmental behavior and ways to encourage pro-environmental behavior, end quote. But what do we mean by pro-environmental behavior?
Okay. So we figured out a couple of things that we wanted to know, and to recap, when you're using green screen footage and you want to be able to key out the background, you must go over here into Workspace and be in the Edit page, and then go here and turn on over FX Overlay. And only then can you then go to the Effects, to the 3D layer, and then you can pick whatever background you want. That's one thing. When you want to move things around on the screen, like the spaceship or the text, you need to go to Transform, and then you get that transform that you need. So that's the basic problem areas that most people are not talking about on YouTube, and now we have. So we'll probably make another video later on as we get more adept. Again, this is the first day using this. When we figure out different tips and techniques, we'll share them with you. We hope you'll share yours too. All right, thanks and bye.